Hello, and welcome to the ReadBasix Reports tutorial. In this video, we will go over how to access the reports, how to view a class, location, district, or individual student reports, what is covered in the reports, and how to export the reports. We will also be reviewing the different types of reports that come with ReadBasix. We will not be interpreting results in this video. First, let's begin by logging into an administrator account. The reports are accessed by clicking on the Reports button on your home screen and then selecting ETS ReadBasix reports from the list. When you first enter the reports, you will see a summary report of your location. Let's review and explain the reports on this page before moving on. The summary report gives you an overview of all of the students in this particular location. The rows will show all students, your students, and other students. Students who are enrolled in a class that you are also enrolled in will be counted as your students. Let's move on to the columns. The first column tells you how many students belong to each row. Remember, this is only displaying students in the high school location. Students completed gives you a quick overview of how many students have completed the selected amount of subtests in the selected amount of time. If you want to filter data for this and the remainder of the columns, you can do so by selecting the drop-down menus at the top. For example, if I only want to view the reading comprehension data, I can deselect all other subtests. The only displayed data will be your selection. Moving to the right, each subtest column will give you the selected report. Our currently selected report is Completed Subtest. This displays the amount of students that have completed each subtest. You can hover over the displayed numbers to see tooltips with more information. To change the information that the report displays, select an option from the final drop-down menu at the top. There are 3 reports generated by ReadBasix: Grade Equivalency, Response to Intervention or RTI tiers, and an Absolute Scale Score. Each of these reports is broken down into subcategories of performance. Select one of these subcategories to view the data in your account. For example, if I select RTI Tier 3 from the list, the reports in the summary page will change to display my newly selected data. I am now viewing the percentage of students who have completed the selected subtests that received a score placing them in RTI Tier 3. If I hover over the data, tooltips will display more information. You can also view the classes in the selected location by clicking on the Classes tab. When the Classes tab is selected, the rows change to display the classes in the selected location. If you are an administrator, you can view all locations in an organization. If you are a teacher, you can only view your location. To change the location, go to the top left drop-down and select the desired location from the list. You can also view the data for all locations in your organization to see district-level information about your students' reading skills. When you are in the All Locations reports, the Classes tab will be replaced by Locations. allowing you to view the reports for an entire location. Let's select the middle school location and look at a class's data. To get in-depth data about your students, click on one of the rows. For this example, we will be selecting 7th grade Class A. This will open the statistics report showing charts and graphs about your students' reading scores. Scroll down to reveal more information. You can hover over any part of a chart to open a tooltip and see more information. Remember, this screen is showing the data from our selected row. The row we selected was 7th grade Class A. If you would like to see statistics for an entire location, your students, or a different selection, you can choose those from the previous menus. Moving on, you can view individual scores and reports for your students by clicking on the Students tab on the left. This group report displays the same information as our previous ReadBasix reports that you may be familiar with. You can change between grade equivalency, RTI tier, and scale score by selecting the desired tab. Remember, the group you are viewing will reflect the selections on the Summary, Location, or Classes tab. You can view an entire location, a single class, or all students in these reports, depending on your settings. If you want to view in-depth reports on an individual student, click on that student's name in the list. Scroll down to view detailed information about the student's ReadBasix report. The reports are broken down by subtest. You can find curated recommendations to help improve student performance by pressing the Recommendations tab while viewing an individual student report. The Report History tab will display all previous scores and administrations of ReadBasix for the selected student. You can print any of these reports and other reports by clicking on the Print button at the top of the window. Going back to the group report, we can see that student 7A25 has flagged data. This is represented by orange underlines under the report data and an orange triangle next to the student's name. If you hover over the data, tooltips will explain why the data is considered flagged. As we can see, this student rushed through his subtests, and therefore his data is likely not accurate. To export the data, go to the bottom of the Students tab and press the Export button. The Export wizard will appear. Report columns allow you to decide what data to export. There are many options to select from. Please consult our manual for more details on exporting options. Report Scope allows you to select the time frame you wish to export results from. Once you are happy with your columns and scope, press Export and an Excel file will be downloaded to your device. Finally, you can assign new ReadBasix tests directly from your reports page by clicking on the New Assignment button at the top and selecting ReadBasix from the list. Please see our video tutorial on administering the assessment for help creating new ReadBasix assessments. Thank you very much for watching.